In 2008, India was on the brink of a revolution. A digital wave was sweeping the nation, and for the first time, mobile phones were becoming a reality for millions. The future felt bright, it felt connected. But while ordinary Indians were dreaming of this new digital age, a select few in the corridors of power were playing a very different game. A game with the nation's future as the prize. At the heart of this story is something called Telecom spectrum. Think of it as invisible highways in the air that allow our phones to connect. It's a national resource, immensely valuable, like invisible gold. Logically, you'd sell access to these highways through a fair auction to the highest bidder, generating massive revenue for the country. That money could build roads, schools, and hospitals. But that's not what happened. Instead, the government of the day decided to use a bizarre policy. First come, first served. It sounds simple, almost fair, right? But what if the starting gun was fired in secret? Imagine a race where only a few runners are told when it begins, while everyone else is still tying their shoelaces. These chosen few are already at the finish line. That's exactly what happened. Some companies, allegedly tipped off, knew the precise moment the application window would open. They had their documents ready, their bank drafts prepared. They submitted their applications within minutes of the secret opening. Licenses worth fortunes were granted in just a few hours. Overnight, staggering profits were made, not through innovation or competition, but through inside information. India lost billions. A handful of players won big. Then the story exploded. The Controller and Auditor General of India, the CAG, released a report with a number that would echo through the halls of history and shake the nation to its core. 1,76,000 crore rupees. That's about 22 billion US dollars. This wasn't money stolen from a bank vault. It was potential revenue, the nation's wealth, that simply vanished into thin air because of a flawed policy. The effect was immediate. Parliament came to a standstill. The opposition was in an uproar. News channels lit up with one single, powerful word: scam. It became the symbol of corruption, a story of how the system could be rigged against its own people. The public outcry led to action. Investigations began, and high-profile arrests followed. Ministers, bureaucrats, and corporate executives were all questioned. The case eventually reached the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court of India, in a landmark judgment in 2012. The court delivered a powerful verdict. It cancelled all 122 licenses that were granted under that controversial policy. It was a rare and stunning moment of accountability, a signal that even the most powerful could be held responsible for their actions. The system, it seemed, was fighting back. But here is the most baffling twist in this entire saga. Years after the initial storm, after the arrests and the cancelled licenses, the trial court delivered its final verdict. It acquitted all the accused, stating that the prosecution had failed to provide enough evidence to prove criminal conspiracy or corruption beyond a reasonable doubt. Legally, no one was found guilty. So the money was gone. The trust was shattered. But in the eyes of the law, no crime was technically proven. This leaves us with a profound and unsettling question. Was this a case where corruption was alleged but couldn't be proven? Or was it a case where corruption was so deeply embedded, so powerful, that it became impossible to punish through legal channels? Sometimes history doesn't wait for a court's conviction. It simply remembers the consequences. And the consequence here was a deep scar on the nation's trust. A story that serves as a timeless warning about power, opportunity, and the price of looking the other way. Thanks for watching. If you found this story important, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world.